Okay, we're going to a little ranch called Garita. It has 5 and 10 acre tracts in it. I want to show some of the drive going west out of Trinidad, Colorado, to the turnoff, and then the drive up the canyon to the ranch itself, and then we'll go to the piece of property. So we're driving west on Highway 12 right now. We just left Ringo's, a little store in Segundo. They've got gas, and they've actually expanded their little mom and pop grocery store there, and it's looking pretty neat. So you don't have to go all the way to town. Town is about 20-25 minutes from Garita. The Ringo store I just left is about 10-15 minutes from Garita. So you don't have to go all the way to town. You can get gas and groceries. And it's only about another half a mile up here. We'll take a right, and I'm going to show parts of the drive going up to Garita through this canyon. It's called Sarcillo Canyon. I think it's 30.1, the road number, but there's a road sign here. We'll come up here and take a right. Okay, we're coming the right-hand turn to head up to Garita, and it's actually County Road 41.7. Doesn't say Sarcillo Canyon, but that's what everybody calls it around here. That's the name of the canyon. 41.7. And it's about 7 miles up here where you pass a small little pond, which I'll show you. As soon as you pass that small little pond, then you take a right to go into Garita. And it's paved a good ways up here now. I'll show you more of the drive, just little bits and pieces as we go up. You have some good views of the West Spanish Peaks here when you're coming up. And any of the views you're seeing in here, they're about twice the size of what this video shows when you're here in reality. We've come about 1.5 miles to about 2 miles up Sarcillo Canyon to go into Garita. The ranch is it's all at about 7,000 feet, 7,200. And you can see down here in this lower elevation, as you're going uphill here, you have shorter trees and things. Garita's got, you get into the tall pines. Once you hit about 7,000 feet plus around here, you start getting into the tall pines. Okay, we've come about 4 miles, maybe a little bit longer, up Sarcillo Canyon, or County Road 41.7, our way to Garita here. Let me see the tall pines starting to come up. And we're on a county gravel, year-round maintained road, so you can get these lots year-round. Most of them in the ranch, depends on where they're at, but even still, just with a little bit of clearing or something like that, even if there wasn't any clearing of snow during the winter or something like that, 90-95% of the time you'll still be able to get to your property, especially with a little bit of four-wheel drive. Okay, we're at about 6.5 miles now. And when you see that West Spanish Peak, like I say, it's bigger when you're in here, any of the mountain views you see. And then here's that pond I was telling you about at the beginning. And you got this white house up on the hill. You see the West Spanish Peak there. In reality, it's about, try to get to the deal. Looks about like that when you're driving through and around. Anyway, the right hand turn to go into Garita is a sign right up here, and that's going to be County Road 30.1. And here's the right hand turn. Like you see, like I say, there's a sign right here. And the Spanish Peak Wildlife Area just is further up that road about 3-4 miles. So from any of these tracks in here, in La Garita. You're only, I don't know, 10-15 minutes from a, was it almost 5,000 acres of public land. Really good elk hunt and deer hunting there, or just going through and taking a nice little hike or something. And the national forests and all the lakes and things that are around, they're about 30 minutes on average, depending on which one you go to from here. Maybe 40 minutes, depending on where you go. So now we're driving into La Garita. We're going to see a firehouse up here, which is another nice thing that La Garita has. It has the volunteer fire department building and firehouse up here. Okay, it's only a mile and a half or so off the main road. We just took a ride on to this firehouse right here. And all the lots in La Garita, we're driving by a bunch of them, but then most of them are back up this direction here. And this is the firehouse. Okay, so going to this lot today, we're just passing the firehouse here in La Garita, and we're going to go a few miles into the ranch here. It's easy driving. You got county maintained roads through most of it. It's just the last little bit going to this property that it's a 2-track road, but it's in the back portion of the ranch, and for the pricing per acre, it's a, you know, it's a good deal. I can't remember the lot number off my head. I ran out so fast this morning, but I'm going to be using my drone. I'm taking you with the video to it, and I'm going to be using my drone flying over it, trying to get over the 4 corners and a good shot over the property everywhere. And then I'm going to take it up high, so then you can see the surrounding views around you. And I'm going to show you this drive to the property. We're just going to go past the firehouse. You only go about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, and you come up this little meadow up here, and I'll show it to you. And you stay left. Okay, so we're coming up at a left-hand turn. It's right after East Deer Path Lane. That was that right turn right there. So we come up here, and we're coming to a left, and there's this meadow. Oh, yep, they got a, okay, the sign, you can see the meadow. Arrowhead Drive. And there's no gravel on this portion of the road, but even with no gravel, there's rock underneath everything around here, so you don't get stuck like in some, you know, thick mud in other places of the country. We're in the Rocky Mountains here. We're come around down here. It's a very short little road, and then you get back on gravel again, leading the rest of the way to the turnoff to this property. Like I say, it's 10 acres, and it's back in here a little bit. You know, most of these things are developed, and so the prices are higher and stuff for the amount of acreage. So you're getting basically almost double the acreage for the price of a typical 5-acre tract in La Garita here in this ranch. And you can see power come along here. I didn't look at the road sign right there, but you can see the video and you can tell how to get here easy enough. You see the power, it comes up to this little house right here, and that makes it less than it's about a 1/4 mile away. Yeah, that little house there, they got some llamas and things. So that's where the power ends, and just right around this corner is where we take a left. Power coming into here, it's $1,700 a pole. They go 300 feet. A 1/4 mile is 1,320 feet. So here's the 2-track you take a left on. The land is right in front of this thing. Once you get up on you got to make a road on this, and once you get up on that hilltop, see all the pines up there? You got a real nice bunch of usable ground up there, and a road will come off this side of the hill going up so you can get up on the flat top. Come off this side of the hill right here, and then go up to the top right there. Short little road, and then you can do whatever you want on top. Out of the 10 acres, you probably have a good 8 acres worth of usable ground up there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fly the drone. I'm gonna fly it along this edge, because this is where right here right here, starting about right here, and then go up the side of this hill, and it's not very far, and then you're right up on the ledge. And then from there you could do whatever you want on top. So I'm gonna get my drone out now. I'll show you the maps and stuff before I fly it, and we'll go from there. Okay, this is a lot we're gonna be flying over, and we're sitting right here in the bottom of this grass field. So you have meadow down here in the bottom, which makes for a really good place to drill a water well in this area. It'd probably be about 200 to 400 feet at $20 a foot. And the way you make the road going up here is right along the side of this hill, like I was pointing out, and then you're on this flat top right here. All this up here gets gentler and gentler as you go back here. And I'm gonna be flying the drone, you know, over it and try to get to these back corner points and give a good view over the entire parcel of land, and then back down here to the meadow area coming back. Now this is the topo map, and you can see it's steeper here in the front, and then the lines get wider in the back, and it's gentle. And like I say, power is not very much, it's not very far down the road that direction. And this is what it looks like going up this way. And this is the land, so you got to get up on that bench right there, and you do it going along the side of this hill. The property corner with this orange stake here is the southeastern corner property boundary, which would be this one right here. So we're sitting just off the property. So I'm gonna get the drone out and fly over the 10 acres. Okay, so we're done flying the drone, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of the drive out. But again, you just make a little road going right up here, and then you're on top. I flew the drone over, and I think that showed you pretty well. And here's, like again, I say this orange corner marker right here. That is the southeastern corner, and then it goes basically right up through that valley. So you got plenty of room to make a little road on the side of the hill here, and then get on top. And I want to repeat, you know, when you get a valley like this, your water wells should be cheaper and get good water. So this is just the drive, the 2-track drive, the short distance. That you have to drive on. I'm just going to take you back out to the main road, and then we will be through with this track today. And I'll have the information for the tract itself, the number, the mapping. I've got plats and everything, and maps the whole subdivision. You can use the video too. If you get a hold of me and you want to come up and take a look yourself, you can do that. And here's the main road, and we're going to be back down to where the house with power is at, right there, that I showed you before. And you just take a right. It's very private back up the way we drove in. We're going back to Sarceo Canyon Road. What I wanted to show you is it's really nice. This is one of my favorite drives out of here. Here's certain places where you're driving around where you get, you know, you get to see the mountains real pretty. So again, they're bigger than what I'm showing you, but I'm trying to drive too. So pretty fields. Lots of moisture this year. I'm not zoomed in properly, but the mountains look bigger than what you're seeing in the video. It looks real pretty stuff. Like I say, get down here, you take a left, go to Highway 12, or you can take a right, and I've got county maps and stuff to show you all the roads up here in the county to get you to the mountains and the public lands. And like I say, the Spanish Peaks Wildlife Area is only 4 or 5 miles, taking a right at this road right here. And this is Sarceo Canyon Road. You take a left to go back down to Highway 12 to go to Trinidad. And there's the wildlife area sign, and there's what the Garita sign looks like. Very good.